We're coming up on the final presentation of the day. Always a hard role to be in, and we're joined by our colleague Heather Parker, who's here on behalf of the Oil Spill Recovery Institute. Heather, um, thank you for joining us. Really excited to hear what you will share with us. Um, I know you've had some transitions this year, and those are reflected in your bio. I've had the pleasure of reconnecting with Heather via the research and development work group of the Oil Spill Task Force and hearing about some of the work that OSRI's been doing and some opportunities that are coming up to collaborate and funding opportunities. So Heather's going to share a little bit about the background of OSRI and kind of its uniqueness in this realm, and also um, some future work that folks should look for. So I'll
Thank
pass
you.
things over to you, Heather.
Thank you. I will try to keep it very short. Can you see my presentation and me?
We can't yet, and you're very faint.
Let
So
me,
I do want
okay.
to make sure we can hear you. And um,
Let's see. Let's try that.
there we go. I see
Okay.
black now, but I'm waiting for it to load. Yep, and I
Okay.
see your presentation.
How
Great.
about the voice now? Can you hear me okay now?
It's still pretty, oh,
Okay.
I might have had my, yeah, I think that sounds great.
Okay, I have headset if that helps, but I can try to talk
Yeah,
loudly.
no, that's good.
Okay. Okay. So I'll just keep it kind of short, as you mentioned, Meg. I just wanted to give a quick overview about what OSRI is, and I think most people know what OSRI is, but just a kind of a refresher, kind of what we do, how we're focused on our goals, and really what underlines or connects everything that we do is partnership and collaboration. So I'm really thrilled to be here to talk a little bit about that and some of the projects that we do. Touch a little bit on some of the recent projects we've done and some of our future directions. So we're a nonprofit organization. We're managed by the Prince William Sound Science Center out of Cordova, Alaska. And every year we have money that we are able to fund for oil spill related projects and studies. We usually get about $1 million a year. So we do get a good chunk of change to be able to fund different studies and projects. Our focus being the Arctic and subarctic regions. I don't expect everyone to read through this, but this is actually the quoted language from the Oil Pollution Act of 1990, and that's what established OSRI. Basically, it was created by that act as a result of Exxon Valdez for the purpose of carrying out research and as well as educational and demonstration projects for dealing with spills in the Arctic and subarctic marine environments. Again, a lot of words here, but basically just the essence is that we receive funds every year. It's actually a interest off of a bit of money that we get from the Oil Spill Liability Trust Fund. We're on an annual cycle. So every year we reach out to different institutions, different researchers, different organizations. We ask for ideas. We further develop those through our Science and Technology Committee, through our Work Plan Committee. We bring those up to our advisory board. When they approve the different ideas and budgets for those, then we go out with a request for proposals. And then we kind of start our cycle all over again. So just a short overview of that, but basically we have an annual cycle by which we have funds that we reach out and help fund these different projects and study ideas. We have four primary goals that we focus on. Basically, we want to look at the concept of how to understand, respond, inform, and partner. And those are very basic. And so under the understand goal, we're looking at interdisciplinary understanding of Arctic and subarctic marine environments related to oil spill prevention and response, ecological baseline conditions, um, source, transport, fate, and effects of spilled oil, damage assessment, and environmental recovery. So we focus a lot on oil spill response, but we are interested in further ends of the spectrum, such as prevention and damage assessment and long-term recovery. So that's a lot of what falls under understand. That's a very broad umbrella right there. Under the respond umbrella, we are very interested in enhancing oil spill response and mitigation capabilities in Arctic and subarctic marine environments. Also a very broad umbrella, and I'll show you some examples in a second. Inform is a goal where we look to educate. We want to reach out and share the information that we have and connect and collaborate with other partners so that we're all sharing our information. Again, partnership is a really important piece of what we do. We don't want to do anything in a vacuum. We want to work together with partners. We partner with all kinds of other agencies, universities, nonprofits, consultants. And we feel that when we fund projects, we prefer to do it not just ourselves. We like to work with other agencies and organizations so we're all getting hopefully a better product. We also are represented on a number of different committees and groups and councils, not just in Alaska, but other parts of the US and in Canada. Wherever there's a nexus that makes sense to the work that we're interested in collaborating. So we are a part of the multi-partner research initiative. You heard Elise DeCola mention that earlier today. Um, we're also grateful to be a part of the BC State's R&D group. We like to sit in on the Alaska Regional Response Team. We love to partner with the regional citizen advisory committees, both Prince William Sound and Cook Inlet. We're also recently got involved with what's called the Industry Technical Advisory Committee. It's kind of an international group, but includes US, Canadian, other industry experts. So that's just an example. And as I mentioned earlier, when we look to funding activities, we really do try to do that in partnership with other established funding organizations out there. You may have heard of some or all of these before. The Coastal Response Research Center, Coast Guard has their GLCOE. And again, that's the Great Lakes, but because they do a lot of work with ice and oil and ice and response, there's a lot of projects they do that we find interesting in our region. Also Bessie, Boehm, University of Alaska, Fairbanks, the list goes on. So I think the point here that we want to emphasize is that we're very interested in partnering with different agencies and organizations just to kind of help improve our state of knowledge. We also like to support a range of different conferences and meetings. In particular, there's two in Alaska that are pretty well known for those of you who work in Alaska. There's the yearly Alaska Marine Science Symposium, as well as the Alaska Forum of the Environment, which I think is now going to be called the Alaska Forum. These are annual conferences with a focus on Alaska. And we also we contribute every year financially as well as we like to encourage some of our principal investigators and researchers to go to these events and share the work that they've done. We're also a financial supporter of the International Oil Spill Science Conference that's going to be held in 2026 in Montreal, that Elise DeCola also mentioned earlier. And again, we like to lead or participate in the panel sessions at these conferences to share our information as well as to try to gather other information from what's going on. So I don't know if you can see this very clearly, but this is just a range of different types of projects that we've completed or that we funded and have been completed in the last few years, just to kind of show an example of the range of the work that we support. So if you take a look, it's everything from evaluation of in situ response options, excuse me. We talked a little bit about the multi-partner research initiative, beluga whispers, looking at beluga dietary patterns, looking at oceanography in the Cook Inlet in Alaska. What are some impacts of below freezing air temperatures on the formation and stability of oil emulsions? So you can see that we're even looking at airborne sensors, sea ice modeling, and also food security and safety issues for indigenous populations. So, excuse me, just an example of the type of studies that we like to participate in and fund. And if you do get this presentation, these are all hyperlinked, and the reports for these studies are all available on our website. So to kind of just go back to those 4 goals that I briefly mentioned earlier, the projects that our advisory board approved in terms of study ideas for the coming fiscal year, and I sort of jumped over it earlier, but we are organized we follow the federal government fiscal year calendar. So that's basically the 1st of October to the 30th of September. And so the projects we're looking to fund for FY26, our study ideas are looking at a trajectory analysis planner for the Arctic. That's a type of statistical model to look for the most likely location where spills might go. We're also looking to get an updated risk profile for accidental spills in Alaskan waters, particularly in the Bering Sea area, based on changes in shipping and that sort of thing. Under our respond goal, we're interested in looking at remote sensing techniques of oil in shorelines and different shoreline substrates, as well as possibly looking at oil thickness using different infrared technologies. Under our Inform goal, we actually have graduate fellowships. So we have three right now. One is a PhD student, and we have two master's students. So every year, we actually help fund graduate students in projects that we feel would be helpful to us. We also have a program called Headwaters to Ocean. It's a classroom program for school-age children. It's usually in
Mm.
Cordova. And
Hey,
oops,
Michael.
hello?
Oh, someone needs to go back on mute there.
Okay, sorry. Didn't know if I was getting the hook. Okay.
Heather, no, keep going. We'll take care of that. Yeah.
Okay. Get up. Okay. Anyway, I'm just about done. But anyway, just wanted to mention that in addition to the different scientific programs, we do invest every year in education, both at the graduate level and classroom level. And then we're also looking going forward, as you may all hopefully be familiar, NOAA has the course they've been doing for years, Science of Oil Spills, and we're looking at possibly trying to create an online version to see how that plays out. And then in terms of partnership, it's just really critical. Hopefully, I'm keep reinforcing the fact that continuing to engage and collaborate with partners is so critical to us. You know, we're kind of a small outfit, but we really do want to continue to partner and collaborate because we just see ourselves as one piece of the big picture. And as others have said, it's really critical that we just work together as much as we can. So the other thing that's coming out soon, we have a 5-year research plan, and this identifies a range of different topics and areas we'd like to explore over the coming 5 years. One of the new areas that we're interested in is to put more focus in Indigenous knowledge, Indigenous engagement. I'm stealing this term from Elise and her wonderful work. I just love this idea of braiding and knitting of knowledge, so I want to give proper credit where it's due. Um, but we just think this is a really important thing for us to spend some time and some effort on. So if those of you who are interested in partnering with us, you can reach out to me. This research plan should go online, excuse me, within the next couple of weeks. And so it can let folks know what we're looking to do and try to fund over the coming years. And I think that's really it. I just wanted to wrap up and keep reinforcing how important it is for us to partner and to kind of build on our existing partnerships and then also seek new partnerships. So I think that's might be my last slide. So I just wanted to keep it short. Really appreciate the opportunity to speak to you all today. And please let me know if there are any questions.
Thank you, Heather. Appreciate it. I see appreciation from Bill Marhofer, very helpful introduction to OSRI. And again, anyone that would like to follow up with Heather and hear more about it or hear anything about these initiatives, please, we can help connect you. Okay, well, I will keep this closing very short. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm here in Pacific time and we're just on the cusp of daylight. So hoping to get folks out and enjoy a last bit of light if you can, and envious of folks that are a little earlier in their days. I just want to say, a huge thanks again to everyone who attended today. Thank you to the speakers for all of the sessions, this morning's executives, the Legacy Award winners, and the topical presenters this afternoon. Thank you also to the Oil Spill Task Force Coordinating Committee as the planning committee for this day. The coordinating committee has been working since July or August, thinking about, topics that we want to get to, speakers that they want to get to. So a huge kudos to that group and working together to put this on. In that spirit, we have linked here in the QR code. I've put it in the chat and we'll also send it around via email, is our meeting survey. This really helps us, the coordinating committee of the task force and the executives, reflect on this year and plan for future years. So please go ahead, complete the survey. There's questions about, the structure of today, of feedback for the future, topics for the future, and all of that. So thanks, and I'm seeing some appreciation in the chat. The last thing I'll say is that all the recordings and PowerPoint PDFs from today will get posted to the Oil Spill Task Force website. It'll take us a little bit, but those should be up probably by the end of the month, and we'll make sure that gets out to everyone when that happens. Please share those. This is a great opportunity to connect with a colleague that you haven't talked to in a while in the spirit of collaborations for today. Kind of an excuse to spread the word, share a presentation that you heard, collaborate with someone who you haven't talked to in a while. So please use that to get the word out, share anything that resonated with you, and know that that's there both from this year and past years as resources for you on the Oil Spill Task Force website. With those remarks, I will call today officially closed. Again, thanks to all of the member jurisdictions who coordinate in doing this work and who have brought this this day to you today. So great to see so many faces.
Thank you for hosting, Meg. Great job.